Armored Core 6, The Fires of Rubicon, is a mech game that came out not, honestly, too long ago in the grand scheme of gaming. And I had only picked it up about half a year ago when it was on sale for New Year's. And I found myself immediately captivated by the depth, the beauty, and the intricacy of this game. There being so much stuff you can do with your design, how it looks, the OS tuning buffs, like the variety of, like account things and emblems you can put on. And albeit I never did the account emblem swapping as I'm still using the default one, but that's besides the point. And I had found myself building all of these cores, all of these parts being Frankensteined together to create what I call my armored core. And I had only recently looked back at my AC data, and I went, oh, it's a fairly light speed, like dual-wield gunslinger build. Oh, a fairly light speed dual-wield gunslinger, fairly light speed, fairly high speed dual-wield gunslinger. And I thought, that is the most boring, unimaginative, and lazy way of building an armored core. And I wanted more, and I knew I could do more. So I made a rule. I made a rule for a run that I hadn't found on YouTube yet. I had found some roguelike ones, you go in with a randomized set, and if you die, it's permadeath. And I thought it was so interesting, but I hadn't seen a run like this. The Core of Theseus run. This is going to be a self-imposed challenge run. That's not so much a challenge, more of a fun, little chaos run. But it is going to be a run where I want to see at what point my core stops being my core. So there's a few rules to this. There's a few self-implied, not-so-ruly rules, and there's a few I must follow these. So the few self-implied ruly rules is a chaos rule. I had always been building these bipedal, fairly high-speed ballistics and or pulse gun builds to make my way through the game. I will be attempting to stray from these builds in order to find something a bit more fun. The mandatory swap. After each successful completion of a mission, upon the return to my hangar, I must pick a slot on my warframe. Oh my god. I must pick a slot on my armored core, and I must change it. There is a no mirror rule. As you see now, I am dual wielding at Sujins and dual wielding Sweet 16s. No mirrors means that you are not allowed to put on your frame the wording is important there. You are not allowed to put on the frame or the core. You are not allowed to put two of the same weapon. Now, obviously, I'm giving myself a bit of a concession here. This is technically a New Game Plus run, and as much as me swapping my weapons is something that I can do with 2 clicks of a button, I will be refraining from that. And instead, my first 2 swaps will forcibly be my weapons. One of the Itsujin and one of the Sweet 16. There is a retirement rule that after I use weapon 1, the Itsujin in this case, and then I swap to weapon 2, and then I swap to weapon 3, only then am I allowed to revisit weapon 1 again, but I am only allowed to ever revisit any weapon once. The full rotation. The ship of Theseus dilemma is that a ship, after being repaired and all the planks were placed, a new ship was built using those old planks. So what ship is the ship of Theseus? Is it the old ship? Well, is it the old ship with the new planks, or is it the new ship with the old planks? So I must change every part of my core, all of the weapons, all of the frame parts, and all of the inner pieces. The core expansion is a bit of an exception here. I only own 4 of them. I will run out. So we're going to be skipping that part. But I must change everything before I can revisit the swap. So if I put a weapon I have literally no idea how to use, like the ducket or something, and I hate it, I don't like it, well, I am stuck with it. That is my ship and I'm sailing it. There is a bit of a mercy rule, where if I play a mission and I fail twice, I am then allowed to choose any section of parts to fully replace. No rules, no restrictions, no counting towards the only using it once, or only reusing it once. I can choose any of my weapons, or my frame, or my inner, and completely make it how I want to make it. If I fail twice more, I get access to a second. If I fail twice more, I get access to everything. And if I fail twice more after that, well, I suck. Get over it. That is the run I have in mind. And that is the run that I will be recording and documenting and posting to YouTube. Now, I am in no means an entertaining, an innovative, or a fun person. But I hope that if you somehow stumbled upon this little island on the corner of YouTube, that if you see this and you like Armored Core 6, that you will continue to watch the later missions and episodes and failures that I will be posting. I really do look forward to this run, and I hope that if you play Armored Core 6, that you consider doing this run for yourself. Thank you for tuning in, and the first mission will be up soon.